Hello, everybody. Logan Cisco again here for Extemp Central. And some of the major things to talk about this week include the upcoming NFL district tournaments as well as state tournaments happening around the country. You'll notice on the website that we've already got the qual boards up for the 2011 NFL National Tournament in Dallas, Texas. When you acquire the qualifiers for your district, please send them to us, and several have already. And so we appreciate everyone that's been sending us results of what's going on. We'll use the NFL website to get some district results that aren't sent to us, but we can get them up much more quickly and efficiently if you all send them to us. And next week, this weekend, we already have tons of NFL district tournaments happening around the country. If you look over at joyoftournaments.com, there's also several state tournaments happening this weekend. Iowa, New Mexico, South Carolina are all having theirs. And the TFA state tournament in Texas is taking place next week. Now, our friends in Texas will like the fact that on Monday, Extemp Central will post a topic area breakdown for those Extemp topic areas that will be at the TFA state tournament. And even if you don't compete in Texas, you will find that this topic area analysis can help you in preparing for your state tournament if you know of the topic areas. Because, for example, Kentucky has two state tournaments. Last week held the Kansas State tournament results we posted on our website. Alaska had theirs 3 weeks ago. We posted those results as well. But they'll be having a second one the same weekend as TFA, and several other people across the country may be in the same boat. So that topic area analysis for the 12 topic areas of TFA, 6 for United States Extemp, 6 for International Extemp, will be posted on the website on Monday afternoon. That's something I'll be getting together this weekend. So check back then, and again, even if you're not competing in Texas, that can prove to be beneficial. The other thing is that, remember, if you qualify or if you make the finals at your state tournament, you get an automatic qualification to the Extemp TOC. This may not matter for some people. You may have qualified either by breaking last year at the TOC, breaking at CFL, breaking at NFL, or getting 2 legs at qualifying tournaments. But as everyone now knows, the ways to get into Category 3 of qualifying at the TOC has ended, with the Vestavia Hills and the Robert D. Clark Invitational finishing up the regular season for Extemp TOC qualifications. And even though 278 extempers have now qualified for the Extemp TOC through various routes, there are still over 300 extempers that only earned 1 TOC qual leg. And so their only chance of getting in is either to final at their state tournament or to apply for an at-large bid. But then you have to pay a fee with your application to get that bid. So in order to make it a little easier on yourself, if you final at your state tournament, you earn an automatic qualification to the TOC. And we hope to keep that TOC board updated and kind of spread the word of the Extemp TOC. And if you've qualified, I would highly recommend attending. It's a good weekend at Northwestern University with some excellent judging. Jason Warren and some of the better judges on the circuit will be there. Hopefully I'll be out there this year and provide some live coverage of the event, which we'll try to work out with Northwestern University. But it's a great venue, and again, I encourage everyone to attend. Now, this week, one thing I wanted to talk about is that as extempers prepare for their state tournaments, there's a lot of anxiety sometimes because the state tournament is usually the end game if your state tournament is held after national qualifying tournaments. And different states are structured differently. In some states, you just automatically just qualify to go. In other states, you have to work your way through regionals or districts or sectionals to make it to state. So each state has its own unique way of coordinating the process by which you qualify. But once you've qualified for your state tournament, I think there's a couple things going into the state tournament to take into consideration. The first thing is you really have to go in confident, regardless of where you are in the year. Even if you know you have areas to improve upon, you can't sometimes make the adjustments necessary to improve when you only have about a week or 2 left in the season. So you have to try to play to your strengths. If analysis is not your strong suit, then you need to really play up the delivery. Find jokes, find sarcastic humor, do what you need to do to cover up your flaws. Because I'm one of those people that believe that when you're trying to work on Extemp or you're trying to work on any speaking event, that you have to play to your strengths. And everyone brings certain unique strengths to the table. National championships were won by people in the past that necessarily didn't have the greatest of content. And I would find that there are more people that have won national championships because of great delivery instead of merely great content. Because sometimes people that know everything can't get it across, and you have to be able to do that. So in other words, when you go into your state tournament, you have to go in confident that you can put things together. Because if you go into any tournament without confidence, you're not going to be in great shape. The other thing is to try to anticipate the actual conditions you are going to have at a state tournament. For example, if your practice sessions consist of you merely talking with your coach, I would try to pull in a couple teammates, because when you get into elimination rounds at these state tournaments, you're often going to have multiple judging panels. For example, in Kentucky, in the semifinal round, you have 3 judges, but in the final round, you have 5. So a lot of tournaments, you're not used to having that many people to talk to unless you travel the national circuit on a consistent basis. So try to pull in different people and try to simulate actual round conditions. Sometimes that means staggering your prep a little bit differently. We all know when you go to tournaments that you may draw, but then you'll get to the room and you might have a 10, 15-minute wait. Try to simulate some of those conditions. Give yourself too much prep time. I really wouldn't say give yourself too little, because that really isn't a situation that ever happens. But the main thing is that you have to try to simulate actual conditions so you can work on those in rounds. The other thing is, if you give most of your practice speeches in the same location, differ that up. Give speeches in various locations, because after a while you become conditioned to speak in a particular environment. And at state, wherever it's held, unless it's held in your school by some chance, you're not necessarily used to different room acoustics, and you're not used to different surroundings. And so it's very, very, very important for you to give speeches in different locations to simulate those actual conditions. As I always say, prior proper planning prevents piss poor performance. It's pardon my language, but it's the way that it is. And it's a good motto to live by, especially when it comes to Extemp. The last thing that I can say is you can use some of the resources on our website, and you can look through old questions that we've posted. And what I would do is look through your files. Do you have things on all of these areas? Are your files deficient in some areas? Are your files on Libya or Egypt efficient? Those areas are getting tons of articles right now. You might want to start looking into subdivisions. For example, in Libya, there's talks about imposing a no-fly zone. There's talks about what Libya's impact is going to be on the oil market. Those things may be good subdivisions in your files so that you can sort through what you have to answer those specific types of questions. And again, the major thing is to make sure you go in prepared and confident. You don't want to be deficient in any areas. As I always tell people, the best win of my career when I was speaking was my first state championship in Kentucky. It's more than winning the final round at NFL. It's more than making national finals in high school and college and various other things. That's the number one thing. And the reason is because I worked really hard my junior year to win that championship, and I did. And I wish everyone competing at their state tournaments the best of luck. Keep checking at the website. And again, a topic area analysis for TFA will be posted on Monday afternoon, which I think can benefit anyone that's competing in Extemp over the next couple of weeks. So again, good luck to everyone, and we'll see you here next week for Extemp Central's weekly news wrap.